Greetings and salutations, my lovely little Bytelings. My name is Wiggy, and today I'll be talking about some new information found for Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. So, we finally found out some information regarding the PvP and PvE, as it's confirmed that it is online PvE and PvP. The PvP in Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet is 4v4 player match. However, the PvE part of Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet is still kind of unknown. But from what we're seeing so far, it might just be a co-op game, or maybe it's a normal MMORPG where you can do quests and raids with your friends like any other MMORPG you played before. Now moving on to the character creations, stats, and skills. So character creation in this game has sliders, which is absolutely fantastic, as I love anime MMORPGs and I love being able to customize my character in depth with lots and lots of options. So you can decide what you look like with the sliders, as I said, but it doesn't just apply to your face. You can also customize your body. And yes, for those of you wondering, you can edit your boobs. There is a boob slider. Moving on, once you're in the game, you will also be able to get an AI friend or companion called an Arphasis, but it's not exactly confirmed how deep the customization for these NPC characters will be, but it is confirmed that you will be able to change the gender. Another little thing about Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet is that the guns that you have equipped, or the equipment that you have weight values. So if you decide to use a rocket launcher or a sniper rifle, you may end up moving very, very slow and be over encumbered. So you will need to pay a little bit of attention to what kind of weapons you're using together, or you may find yourself moving quite sluggish. It also seems like there are open world areas and dungeons found within Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet, and of course there are destructible objects like barrels and traps found all over the areas that you can explode till your heart's content, and I know I will have fun doing this. Now, moving on to the stats, when you level up in this game, you will gain points which are called CP, where you'll need to allocate. Now these set points and certain stats will heavily influence your character's build and performance, so you will need to find proper stat points to fit your playstyle. Certain stat points is required in order to gain/unlock and use specific types of weapons or skills, and they will also influence your character. And this is kind of a summary of what they do, to be more specific. So strength increases your maximum weight limit, melee attack power, and certain strength point values are required to use specific equipment, no doubt for heavier equipment types. Vitality increases maximum HP and reduces the damage you're going to take, which is, I'm pretty sure you guys figured this out, but there you go. Intellect reduces the cooldown for your skills and gadgets and increases your gadget's status effect duration, which will come in handy for those of you who like to kill people with dot damage. Now, agility increases movement speed and reduces the amount of damage you take, and it also increases your weapon handling and reload speed. Definitely an ideal stat for those of you who want to use fast weapons. And then there's dexterity, which increases some of the effects of your gadgets like heals and etc. It also increases your critical hit rate and damage when hitting a weak point like headshots, and certain dexterity value points are required to use certain equipments. It also increases your accuracy, and perhaps it also increases something called the pellet circle, which we are all assuming the circle that appears around when you aim your enemy, which you can see from the clip right now. Also, there is a stat called luck. Now this will affect your item drop rate and it will increase your critical hit rate. Now I don't find that luck will necessarily be a big factor in this game. It's definitely a good stat to have either way. Now it seems like all of these stats will affect heavily on your build, since you can't use every weapon in the game. Like a melee weapon and a heavy weapon will rely on strength, whereas a sniper rifle would require dexterity. So you will have to kind of pick carefully what you decide to use. So to get specific skills, you will require specific stats. There is also another stat required that is called SP. Just like SP, we're not exactly sure how it is gained. Now, once you unlock these specific skills, you will see that there is a bar that looks like proficiency level, and it increases the more you use this skill. But we're still not sure if SP is needed to upgrade to the next level, or if you would just upgrade it by default. There's also some information about the possibilities of having a class system. Because of the gameplay videos that have been shown so far, there are certain icons above your UI HP bar that do seem pretty reminiscent of what a class role would be in a multiplayer game. We are unsure if we can use different types of skills from different types of class/roles, but we only know that it gives you a boost to specific weapon types and skills you use, like certain healing gadgets skills would boost your healing proficiency, and etc, etc. And with the other classes, we will eventually find out what this really means, as we don't really have much information right now. There is a confirmation about dual-wielding pistols/handguns for those of you who like dual-wielding, and it also seems like you will be able to reset your stat points if you accidentally make a mistake when picking your playstyle. So nothing is really set in stone, but generally this is currently what's known so far about Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. As I told you guys, I would keep you guys updated if we learned anything new. And another thing, for those of you wondering when this game will be released, it is going to be released on February 8th. But yeah, this is pretty much all the information I currently have on this game. I hope you guys enjoyed learning more about Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. And as always, good day, night, or afternoon, wherever it is where you are. And I will see you guys in the next video.
We fell out of love like shooting stars, came crashing down, and we're building back up again now. I see your heart.